live. It's always hard to say. Okay, here I am. Hi, it's Anathea, your divine feminine educator. Something popped right here. And I am here today, very excited about this live, because I'm here to talk about feminine energy. And that's one of my biggest subjects, one of my biggest teachings is feminine energy and the divine feminine, and holding our female bodies is sacred. I wrote the book Empower Yourself by Loving Your Body, the woman's guide to reclaiming yourself as sacred. So what I'm specifically going to be talking about is the healing power of feminine energy. Whoever's here, I'd love for you to comment, just say hello. How's your feminine energy doing today? Let's see, what I wanted to mention was, about 3-4 years ago, maybe I started writing, a lot of writing, online, blogging, and I now have 6,000 to 10,000 women coming to my site because they want to find out more about feminine energy. So searching the words feminine energy to attract a man, or divine feminine, and they come to my site. So these are the women that I've been working with, and I feel truly honored to be able to help you connect more to your feminine energy. Because that's what we are going to need. That's what we desperately need right now during these crazy times. Pandering. Good to see you here. That's beautiful. Love to have you here. So happy you're here right now. Thanks for saying hi. This feminine energy, and you know what, I have even a lot of masculine energy, but I feel like I have a balance of both masculine and feminine energy. So regardless of what gender you identify with, you are both masculine and feminine. Love the people that are here right now. This is so exciting to have you here. Please say hi in the comments. Would love to see who's here. But you have both masculine and feminine energy. But you see, we live in a very masculine world, and it doesn't accommodate that more tender, vulnerable part of the human existence. You know, when a woman goes to have a baby, the rates of cesarean are skyrocketing. You know, just get her done, get her done. And that is, the female body does not bode well with that. And so the journey of connecting to your feminine energy is the journey of reconnecting to your body. Truly. You know, the mind are matters of the masculine because it's logical, practical, that kind of thing. Feminine are matters of the body. You know, I have like a hair right on my nose, so I got to get rid of it. Oh my God, it's tickling me. You know, that's what feminine energy is subtle energy. So masculine is the physical, feminine is the subtle. And when you can tap into that subtle energy in your life, in your relationships, in the way you navigate out into the world, or in the way that you are in your home, because your home should be your sanctuary, your body will expand, your heart will open, your sexuality will feel safe to express itself. Women, we have not had, and men, everybody, we have not had a safe place to express our sexuality. We live in a really sexually wounded world. But let me talk about some things that are feminine. This is what I want to say, is that during these crazy transformational times where systems and structures are falling apart, where everything's clamping down, they're wanting to control, manipulate, hold you as hostage energetically, right? Limit you, limit your humanity. Your, feminine energy is about connection. Feminine energy is about nurturing. Feminine energy is about receptivity. Feminine energy is about love. You know, like a mother's love for a child. And we're living in a time where we're being manipulated and controlled through fear. And so that's why your feminine energy, your ability to become receptive, intuitive, nurturing, compassionate, and caring, maybe just to yourself, but to others, is going to be the skill that you actually need during these times to get through these times. Because it's the masculine energy that's forging forward its structures and systems and restrictions and rules and regulations. You know, we need those things for a society, yes. But if we don't have feminine energy, the intention of compassion and love sewn into it, we create systems and structures that are devoid of compassion, emotion, love, honoring the sacred, honoring the feminine. And that's why you cultivating your feminine energy is so crucial right now. Dawn, thank you for being here. So nice to see you. Love those people that come and listen to me on Wednesdays at 11. I changed it to 11 because 11 is illumination. And that's what we're really needing right now, is we're needing in this very contractive energy, we're needing to stay expanded. So I really want to get to a big, huge point that I've had personally this morning. It's the power of the womb. But let me get to some of these things that I want to talk about. So your feminine energy, this is energy that you need to cultivate, whether you're man or woman or anything in between. You need to cultivate your feminine energy in order to survive these powerful times. So intuition, you need to tune into your intuition and know where to be, when to be there, and how to move forward. So your intuition and strengthening your intuition is going to be really important right now. Connecting to your higher self and listening to what your higher self wants to share with you. Thank you, honey. Dawn says, thank you for sharing this and confirming our empowerment. Yes. So your intuition is going to be really, really important. The other thing is your emotions. You see, we've lived in a culture that has done nothing but suppress our emotions, right? And there's so much emotions bubbling up right now, and so much collective fear and grief. These are the two key emotions that are really bubbling up right now for people to deal with. Do you know how to deal with these uncomfortable emotions? And has the way you've been dealing with them most of your life just to repress them and deny them? That won't work anymore. And emotions are very feminine. Emotions are water, and emotions are energy in motion. You can no longer suppress them. You need to hold them in the love and light of your own compassion. And I will tell you that right now, women's wombs are holding a lot of grief and fear. I'll get to that in a moment. So what else is the feminine? The feminine, the mind is the masculine, because that's the logical, practical. The body is the feminine, the sensual, the present moment, right? So as you learn how to get out of your mind and be in your body and begin to sensate the present moment through your body. You see, the mind is in the past or in the future. The body is in the present moment, and most of us are never in our bodies. You know, the church has taught us that the body is sinful. Oh my God, the female body is totally sinful, right? I mean, these are the underlying messages that this is the culture that we're transforming out of. And so your body is sacred. Getting connected to the beauty and grace and wisdom that your body holds is powerful. So that's the feminine. And then now we're going to go down to the womb. You know, having a female body means that you have a womb. And this is the nest for our humanity, where our humanity gets birthed. But if it's not being birthed, if it's not being used to create a whole other human being, there's a lot of magic in this womb. I mean, there's a lot of magic in your womb just because it creates a whole other human being. But without it doing that, it's not sleeping. Your womb holds a tremendous amount of power, amount of magic, amount of wisdom, amount of mystical knowledge. What kind of relationship do you have with your womb. So earlier this morning, I actually I found a womb meditation, and I'm going to be doing this regularly. And what I will probably do is record it myself and then put it on my products page so that you can have it as well. Every time I do the meditation, my womb is crying. I get little tears, just little tiny tears coming down my face. So it's not a dramatic like this. When I spend time with my womb, it's just sadness, just little tears, little subtle, just one or two that come down my face as I connect to my womb, because my womb right now is holding a tremendous amount of grief and loss. And probably there's a good chance that yours might be doing the same, or it might be holding fear. So stay tuned, because I will be working on that womb meditation. What kind of connection do you have with your womb? That is the essence of your femininity. And one of my teachers describes the womb as, a place where we just stick things, compared to your house, like there might be a room or a junk drawer where you just put stuff. That's the womb. The womb gets stuck with we are the carriers of others' emotions. And so we get stuck with all of that heavy energy. And so it's really important for you to have a relationship with your womb, to have a relationship with your pelvic bowl, to understand more than what society has taught you about your sexuality as a woman. Part of being feminine, or feminine energy, true feminine energy, and accessing the healing power of your feminine energy is to hold your sexuality as sacred. Do you have a sacred relationship with your sexuality? This is crucial right now. This is what's going to heal the planet. And it doesn't have to be a type of sexual connection that is like when you were 24 years old. And maybe you are 24 years old right now. That's beautiful. I'm so glad you're listening, because I wish I had this wisdom when I was your age. So your sexuality is sacred. But most don't understand, or haven't gotten the wisdom to understand the power, the beauty, and grace and responsibility that your sexuality holds. And that's why I'm holding a course called Sex Ed You Didn't Learn From Your Mother. I'm really excited about teaching this course. And actually today is the last day, the end of today, March 17th, is the last day for a discount of $120 off the total price. This is a 6-week online course where we gather as women in my sacred Zoom room every week, once a week on Wednesdays at noon, noon to 1:30. But we also have an online platform where you'll have PowerPoint slides where I do my teaching, and then we come back and we come into circle and we discuss and we support each other. And so that I literally take you in that 6-week period to a higher level of understanding of the sacredness of your sexuality. I give you the sex education that your mother, your grandmother, and the women before her didn't get, and you probably didn't get as well. This is sex education that will transform your life. I took my teachings back in 2003, 2004, 2005. It was a 2-year program. And what I learned back then, I've been teaching ever since. And it has changed my life. So I want to share that wisdom with you. Some of the things I'm going to be talking about is, I'll take you back to your adolescence. At the time when you were this beautiful young woman blossoming, little girl blossoming into a young woman. Did you have the support that you really needed during that time to flower into your sexuality and become sexually active in a way that was supportive and gave you sexual experiences that were life-affirming? I wonder. Maybe you did. when I talk to women and my own personal experiences, I didn't have that. So we come into circle and we talk about that, and we remap our adolescence so that we can have a different memory of what actually happened back then. And that's very healing for women. Then we go into pornography and talk about pornography. Big, huge discussion about pornography. And how that has affected society, how that has affected our relationships. Then I do a slideshow, a beautiful slideshow of your female anatomy, but from a spiritual, sexual point of view. So that you get, I just talked this morning to one of my teachers, one of my wise women. I had a heavy womb, heavy heart, heavy womb. And when I talked to her, it was like she just lifted me because of her own personal journey and her own personal emancipation process. I don't know how much older than she is than me, maybe 5 or 6 years older. And I'm looking to women that are older than me so that I can have role models of people that have come before me. And she just totally lifted my spirit. It was like, oh my God, if she can do it, I can do it. So let's see, where was I at with the curriculum? The slideshow, and showing you, and not role modeling, but really showing you a different way of viewing your female anatomy. And then we do this other little female sexuality social, and it's a creative project coming together on Zoom. And I don't want to give it away, but it's really fun. And it helps you to claim your female anatomy and your womb and your yoni as truly sacred. It's a creative, fun coloring project that we do together. Because you see, your womb is the source of your creative life force energy. So that feminine energy is creativity. And so I unite your sexuality with your creative expression, and we have a gathering where we do that creative expression with your female sexuality. I don't want to tell you more. It's so beautiful. I really love, love, love that experience. Let's see, what else do I do? And then, and then I go into the different gates, the different parts of your sexuality, of how, we have the gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, and we haven't even barely touched gate 2, and we don't even have a social structure in the world to open up gate 3. So your sexuality is part of human evolution. That's why it's so important for you to claim your body as sacred, and claim your sexuality as sacred, and claim your womb power. You see, when you start working with your womb, whether it's been removed or not, it's still there etherically. That's how you claim your brightness. That's how you claim your power as a woman. I spent, with this little womb meditation, 10 minutes being guided through this meditation with my hands on my womb, and then ending with one hand on my womb, one hand on my heart. It was a beautiful way to start the day. It totally lifted my spirits. So when you start working with your womb energy, you start working with your powerhouse. No more dampening her, no more putting a lid on her, no more thinking that's a place of shame, no more having to bottle her up. When you hold her in the light of consciousness, she will guide you. And this doesn't need to be sexual. This was me fully clothed and just my hands on my womb. So this is part of the teachings that I'll give you in Sex Ed you didn't learn from your mother. Women, we are carrying too much womb grief. Now, she wants to be free of that. And I can show you how. It's a beautiful journey. All right, I think that's all I really have to say. I have a few links below this video. One is an article about masculine and feminine energy. The other one is the link. Is the love quiz. I like to include the love quiz because if you want to get on my mailing list, just take the love quiz and you'll be linked in, and I'll send you some beautiful things. And then the other one is, if you really think, if my words resonate with you, make sure that you check out the link Sex Ed You Didn't Learn from Your Mother. Because today is the last day for a $120 discount, and the actual course starts April the 14th for a 6-week journey. We'll have the actual time together live in my Sacred Circle online. You'll have an actual online platform where you're going to be watching the education. And then we have a private online community where we can talk to each other during the week. And I send out videos. So check out that link. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And I'll see you in class. All right, have a beautiful day. Namaste.